Are we live now? What the fuck? So now we're live? I just talked to myself for the past 15 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I was just in here spitting facts, as I usually do to a camera with nobody else, but this time it was live. Are you kidding me? Well, there we go. We are now officially good to go. I gave so many people shout outs in the chat. I plugged shit. I talked for 15 minutes about the ideal strategy and which defenses are better. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? All right. We're live now, right? You people can see me? Boom. There we go. All righty. Well, for all the people who put in questions earlier, ask them again because now we're back. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, fellas, there's the chat. I literally said, where's the pop-up chat? I have it on. It was streaming. I didn't click the button on YouTube. It's been a while since we streamed live. I mean, we've been doing the best ball ones, but that's a little bit different time of the day. Jesus Christ. God damn it. Man, we spent that whole time. I've been talking to myself this whole time. All right, we back. NFL's back, fellas. Yes. Welcome in. If at any point during this you enjoy it, like and subscribe. Any questions you have, drop them in right now. Yes, like I said, defenses are going to be elite plays. I was just talking to myself about how the Steelers' defense is a better play because they have more experienced bodies on their offense. Anthony McFarland, a second-year player with NFL action. Kalen Ballage, a veteran in the NFL, right? So that's for the running backs, as opposed to Dallas, who's going to run 3 running backs for the most part today. Jaquan Hardy, Brendan Knox, never had time in games. Rico really doesn't have much NFL experience, so that's fumble opportunities, if you will, at least on paper. For quarterbacks, they're running out Ben DiNucci for the majority of the game, Cooper Rush, and Garrett Gilbert. Brutal. At least on the Steelers side, you have Mason Rudolph, who's had live action, and Dwayne Haskins lately, live action. So there's more opportunity for turnovers, and it's random as fuck. So somebody can score a special teams touchdown, or a wide receiver gets stripped, or a batted ball's a pick six, right? It's random as fuck. But on paper, it does indeed look like the Steelers defense is the top play tonight. Sal's the GOAT. Everybody, how y'all doing? It's been a while. Welcome back in. Get your questions in here. You're for real 15s, dude. Bummer. Yeah, I was literally talking to myself for 15 minutes. I thought I was responding to people. Like, I was saying shit, and people were saying stuff back, and I thought they were responding to me, so I was responding to them. A fucking psychopath in my apartment right now. And that psychopath is me. Love you, Sal. We live, baby. We live. Damn, I missed out on the $10 for 50K. Think I might wait till Sunday. Hey, get into another contest. And even if you're not able to get into Draftkings or not one that you like, there's a lot of other shit out there right now. I mean, there's so much. Prize Picks, I've got 15 props on there. I've got the Steelers -1 in the betting markets. I've got 75 lineups in Draftkings, and I was thinking about maxing it out, but apparently it's already full. But that's okay because I don't want to go too overboard for the first fucking day. If you're looking up any last-minute news, Najee Harris is on the field. He's expected to play 1 to 2 series at most today. Anthony McFarland has been banged up, and it seems like Ben DiNucci and Dwayne Haskins are going to get the most run out of NT quarterback tonight. That is NT, the letters N and then T. What's up, man? How you feeling? We got a lot of people up in this chat already. I'm pumped. I'm feeling good. Football's back. I did not sleep last night. I've not been sleeping in good in general. I got new curtains coming. I got a fan to make some noise and maybe get warmer. Just not sleeping well the last couple of nights. But last night is because I was excited. Call me a degenerate. Call me whatever you want. I just enjoy fucking football. And honestly, it's not even just to bet on it. Betting on it's fun. It's something else to do. That's the reason I'm doing this is because I enjoy DFS and betting so much. But it's just the idea of covering these players, right? Covering the Isaiah McCoys, the Anthony Johnsons, the Semyon Fokus, the Jaquan Hardys, the Brandon Knoxes, these guys who might not ever step on the field in an NFL game in their entire career. Covering them, watching tape on them, looking up their statistics in college and where they dominated and if they played in the slot and what the depth on the Cowboys and the Steelers is in the slot and in the backfield, right? The game theory of it, and then actually getting to see that play out. So prepping for it and seeing if my preparation was correct. I just enjoy that process, right? And if it's not correct, well, what the hell did I fuck up? Oh, okay, this player didn't actually play as well there. Or, a year ago I missed news that this guy gained fucking 15 pounds, right? Something like that. I love it. I fucking love it. Love the show, love the content, but hate that shirt. I just told my girlfriend before the stream that this is one of my favorite shirts. You hate this shirt? Do you not know style? Are you a man who just wears neutral colors, which I was at one point in college? You have to let your personality show through the clothing you wear. I was told this at a GE. I worked for GE, their tech company, as an intern in California like 2-3 summers ago. And my only feedback that I got from the entire time, negative feedback, or not even like criticism, right? Constructive criticism was where you let your personality show through your clothing. And I love that. And ever since then I have. And what that basically means was I was wearing a lot of navy blue polos or button downs, grays, all that type of shit, right? Just trying to look casual, business casual. Person was like, wear some fucking yellow. Wear some fucking flowers. Let your personality show through your clothing. I love that. So why not? What's the best play at wide receiver for both teams? There's no, look, we're talking about trying to project playing time. There's no elite play at any single team outside of the defenses because we're hoping that the quarter that, and this is the thing, if you see anybody trying to put point projections out today, don't trust them. It's bullshit. That's what it is. Look, you can try and project playing time and follow the beat reporters, and that's what I've been primarily doing. But if you're trying to actually project what a player is going to do in his 2 series and play for a quarter, his 2 series today with players he's never played against or played for on a team together and never will all play together again, you're crazy. If you're trying to project their 1 quarter of performance when they've never been on this team before, never playing with anybody, and you don't even know if they're going to play a quarter or a half a quarter, right? So don't look at any point projections today and trust them, right? It's just pointless. I tried to do point projections, and it's random as fuck. It's not legitimate. Now, in terms of wide receivers, Isaiah McCoy and Anthony Johnson for the Steelers are battling for a roster spot, more than likely battling for a roster spot. There's some other guys there that are potentially battling for it as well. Dixon and I mean, there's like Brennan Eagles and some of these other guys that are battling for roster spots in these teams. But that's the main battle here. Now, the Cowboys go 5 wide receivers deep. They're definitely keeping Cedric Wilson, and they're probably keeping Noah Brown. I expect those guys to play, but for that 6th and 7th wide receiver spot, and they might only take 6 since they are so deep for their active roster, it's going to come down to 5th-round pick Simeon Foku from Stanford, who is a big body wide receiver, more of a jump ball receiver. Think Kenny Golladay, think Mike Williams, not so fast. So that's where he kind of changes. He's more of a Kenny Golladay style jump ball receiver. And Malik Turner, who Malik Turner in the NFL was buns. He's got like 13 career NFL receptions. He's not good, but apparently he's having a good camp. I prefer Simeon Foku there. So that's kind of the roster bubble battle there at wide receiver. Now, there's obviously other bodies. You can go deep with these wide receivers if you really wanted to. We can pull up some of their names right here. Like, these guys are not as high of priorities, but if we're looking at it, let's see. Brendan Eagles for Dallas. Cyrus Mitchell is an interesting name for Dallas because he got hurt like 3 or 4 days ago in camp. But in college, I mean, this guy was pretty fucking dominant at Mississippi State. He's a jump ball receiver. He's very athletic. He's I would say, if anything, he had camp hype early on. He got injured in camp, and now he's slowed down. But he was pretty dominant in terms of just a per-target basis when he was at Mississippi State. Other than that, though, there's an interesting name in Rico Bussey on Pittsburgh. There's not really much slot wide receiver depth today. And Rico Bussey, he played for his first 3 years. I believe he transferred to Hawaii for his final year, and he didn't really do much there in a high-powered offense, which was concerning and probably why he's not in the NFL. But at North Texas, he was pretty damn good. He saw 20+% target shares. He's a slot receiver. And the bigger thing here is that there's not that much depth in the slot wide receiver spot for Pittsburgh tonight. And if you're looking for the same exact analysis over on the Dallas side, you might be able to find some depth there. But it's basically like Matthew Sexton and Rico Bussey are going to be these slot wide receivers. Bussey can play on the outside. He's 6 foot, 185 pounds. Matthew Sexton is like 170 pounds, soaking wet, and he's short. He's less than 6 feet tall. Last time he was at least measured. So that's kind of the wide receiver overview. James Washington, they're saying that there's some hype that he could play the whole first half. Probably will play the first quarter with his college quarterback in Mason Rudolph, and we'll see after that. That shirt is electric. Thank you. Someone told me you know your stuff. Let's give it a shot. Steven, how you doing? Hopefully at the end of this, I'll know my stuff. Is Ray McLeod playing? He did not practice on 8-3. No further update right now. I don't have him in my tiers either way. Miss all the way lives. Let's get these dollar skis. Paul, what you doing? Noah Brown, question mark, the 5th wide receiver on the team, a good red zone body. I think Noah Brown's in play. He's not one of my priorities. Right now, I have tiers up on Patreon. The optimizer is up on Patreon. I currently have 7 tiers on Patreon, and Noah Brown is in my 5th tier. So right now, I think I have ranked, let's see, 7. Let's do the quick math. 10, 16, 23, 27. I have 29 players ranked as in play today over on Patreon, and they're obviously prioritized by tiers. I'm playing Prize Picks tonight. No DK. I'm playing both. Thanks, bro. No problem. I'm playing both. Prize Picks, I have a lot of action down on player props tonight. You can see some of them right here. If you want to try out Prize Picks, it's linked down below. Use the code SAL. You get a free bet up to $100. You can tail these ones. These are 50 to win 500. But you don't have to get all 5 right. It's not like a parlay. If you just get 3 to 5 right, you win money. If you get 4 to 5 right, you win money as well. So I really like on Prize Picks the Kalen Ballage over, because listen to this. Listen up. Get your fucking earballs listening, right? Get your fucking earballs opened up. Hey, you listening? Kalen Ballage is going to have massive opportunity today. Najee Harris is apparently playing. He's going to play 1 to 2 series at most. Probably midway through to the first quarter. Okay, that's fine. Benny Snell's hurt. He's probably not playing, right? He got hurt in camp. He's not playing right now. Anthony McFarland got banged up in camp on the 3rd. There's no update there, but it was thought to be a hamstring. I would expect him not to play, maybe not step on the field at all. I hope he steps on the field, so the under that I took at 4.2 fantasy points on Prize Picks holds. But at most, he's not going to play much. What that leaves on the depth chart after that is a whole bunch of nothing. Jalen Samuels, a college tight end who transitioned to running back and sucks at running. And then Trey Edmonds, who's been on the team. Kalen Ballage is the new arrival. He's fighting for a roster spot with 4th-round pick last year, Anthony McFarland. Kalen Ballage, over 3.5 fantasy points on Prize Picks is a fucking home run. So is Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle is the number 3 running back on the Cowboys. Similar situation. Tony Pollard and Zeke, not really expected to play much at all, and I probably don't even think they play at all. So he's battling with Jaquan Hardy today and Brendan Nix. Rico Dowdle is going to get the first team reps and probably play a quarter to a quarter and a half to start this game with pass catching upside. We like that. Kalen Ballage is almost a lock tonight. I think Kalen Ballage and Rico Dowdle are the 2 best running back plays tonight. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Jaquan Hardy is a solid running back play as well. It's kind of like 1, 2, 3 with those guys. And now if you're talking about overall plays, it's the defenses. It's Pittsburgh's defense and Dallas. They're the only players tonight that will play the entire game. If you're watching this video, if you're in here right now, whether you're brand new or you're not, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're liking the motherfucking video. Thoughts on Washington? Yeah, we covered him. I think he's a decent play. He dominated in the preseason last year. I believe he scored like double-digit fantasy points every single time he was out there, and we'll see if he plays this year. Last year was kind of concerning why he was playing, so I'm not shocked. There's some reports that say he might play the whole first half. If that's the case, if James Washington plays the entire first half today, he is one of the 3 best plays in the slate. But that's a big question mark. Sal, you're the best podcast sports person in the business, says Darren Singletary. No, you the best motherfucking person in the chat right now outside of everybody else. Don't really trust these QBs. I agree. Dwayne Haskins and Ben DiNucci are expected to play the most out of any QB tonight. Rico or Kalen Ballage? I like both a lot. I probably lean Ballage. Got that shirt at Pat Mayo's garage sale, somebody said. I think I got this shirt at, I don't know if it was Dillard's or H&M, somewhere. I went on a shopping spree one day. By shopping spree, I bought like 10 shirts. Andy Reid, lit. What do you mean? Did you get it at Dan Flash's? No, I don't know what that is. Sounds like a hater to me. That shirt is banging hot. Hey, we love it. I like that shirt, by the way. Thank you. I want Sal versus Locks because he will show up unlike Dipset. I don't know who Locks is. Who's Locks? Sal, you're going to be on Awesemo for this NFL season? I am not. Awesemo reached out after last NFL season and thought it would be good time to, we just had a contractor basis. They would pay me $100 to come on the show, so I would go on the show. And I like all the guys there. Love them all. Love Lofty doing shows with him. Josh for NBA. It was a ton of fun. Did some shows with Spags. Spags is an awesome personality. Love them all. But they reached out and said that it would be a good idea to stop. And honestly, it was good for me too. I only did one NFL show a week last year with them because I wanted to focus more on my stuff in terms of business and personal life. There's some other things in the cards that I can't speak of right now, but you might be seeing me on some bigger networks as a guest to talk about betting, some fantasy, some DFS, but more so betting. So we're working through some of that. But no, I will not be doing any work with Awesemo. Maybe appearances here and there as a guest, but no steady shows like I did last year with Lofty, I believe on the Tuesday every week with Ben Rasa. Simeon Foco thoughts. 5th round pick, big body receiver out of Stanford, in line for a touchdown. He's fighting for a roster spot. I like him. They put draft capital into him. Pretty cool story. He spent 2 years in Korea after high school on a mission trip, and then he went to Stanford as like their number 1 receiver, had like a 26% target share in a short season last year. He's not really fast, but he's a big body receiver. So Simeon Foco, I like him. I think he's a solid play tonight, yes. Kalen Ballage, a good play, yes. Favorite captain on SuperDraft. SuperDraft does not have, I believe, it'll be a wide receiver on SuperDraft because they don't have the defenses, right? If I do recall. So SuperDraft favorite captain tonight is going to be, if you want free $25 over there, you can use the code SAL. If you're just wandering into those streets over there, they've got some nice prizes up for the showdown slate tonight. I would say my favorite plays there are going to be probably wide receivers, guys who are battling for roster spots. Simeon Foco, Isaiah McCoy. Pass catching running backs as well, but Anthony Johnson, Isaiah McCoy, Simeon Foco, and Malik Turner are currently right now in a bubble roster spot. So those guys, the teams are going to put them out there the most. That's not to say guys like Brandon Smith and Brendan Eagles and Rico Bussey won't be playing in the fourth quarter and can't catch a 17-yard touchdown, right? They can. It's just that those other guys probably play an extra half a quarter to quarter. Hell yeah, man. Let's make some money. Let's do it. Hey, Sal Haskins as a captain. I'm a little bit hesitant to go quarterback as captain. They definitely win. They win about 10% of the time. But wide receivers hit about 40% of the time in showdown as the captain. And in the preseason, you're going to see the defenses hit a lot because they play the whole game. Running backs are better than quarterbacks as well. So I'm mainly leaning towards quarterback, or I'm mainly leaning towards wide receivers and defenses in the captain spot. Mainly defenses because they win like 20 to 25% of the time in the captain spot, and they're only played like 5% of the time. So there's a massive edge there. And we're giving away that edge right now. That's a smooth shirt. Hey, I appreciate you. Also, I wish you could all see this room right now. I don't know if anybody's tuning in for the first. Let me know if you're tuning in for the first time since like last football and you're like noticing that we've done some upgrades with the camera and the whole fucking studio that we built. Is it smart playing both defenses? I think so. The Locks, Chic, Lush, Styles, P, Jadakiss. My money's on Dallas tonight. I've got money on the Steelers at -1. At this point, I probably wouldn't bet them at -2.5. So if you can get Dallas at +2.5, fine. But I'm taking the Steelers at -1. If you could find it, you can find it. Sal, Washington is captain. If James Washington plays the first half tonight, he is going to be massively underowned and should be one of the 3 highest captains, probably with the 2 defenses. The risk is that James Washington plays 1 to 2 drives at most, right? But if James Washington plays the entire first quarter and then he plays the entire second quarter, Getting 4 to 5 drives of James Robinson against fucking backups in the second quarter is going to be fantastic, just like it was last preseason. Sal, you entering the Cage versus Smiz this year? Sal versus Sal, I want to see it. I would love to do content with Smiz. He seems like a great guy outside of just like text or DMing, or not even DMing, just like asking him a question or two about charities or things like that. Had to hook it up on YouTube in the past. I've never really associated with him, but he seems like a great guy. Yeah, if he wants to do, what does he do? He does a video with like somebody else. They play up one-on-one. If he wants to do that, I'm down to do it. He has not reached out, but if he ever does, sounds good. I don't know if I'm upper echelon enough to appear on the channel. Who's your best captain, Sal? Both the defenses are probably my 2 favorite captains. Steelers defense, if I had to choose one. All of my priorities, I have 29 ranked players tonight. All of the tiers and rankings are over on Patreon. There's every single day I'm putting up the most important camp news, as well as the lineup optimizer for NFL. So that's the preseason package. We cover MLB, projections, optimizers, MMA, PGA, all that. So you can check it out if you want to join the community. A Discord as well. A Discord for every single one of those sports. A Discord where has been popping the fuck off. I also have a fucking TikTok that is approaching 18,000 views today. Raise the roof. If you don't follow me on TikTok yet, we've been TikToking. Sal's a freaking grinder. Still remember this guy taking finals at Penn State doing shows. Yeah, at Penn State, I did some shows in my car for the NBA. Penn State, every single morning at Penn State in the winter, I would walk about 1.5 miles. So it was like a 25, 30-minute walk to a classroom that I had the keys to because I was a TA. So I can go into the office in the basement, set up my green screen and record the video, and then spend like an hour editing it, 2 hours uploading it, and then I would walk back. So I'd get there at like 6 a.m. I'd be done before the classes started around 8:30. It was a ton of fun, though. But that's like, you don't realize you're in the grind until you're kind of out of it. I feel like I'm still in the grind, but not to that extent where I'm walking a fucking 1.5 miles. Now I actually have a nice studio. It's in my apartment, but it gets the job done, right? But yeah, man, you like realize how you were in the grind. Like I remember walking there with all my equipment, my backpack, my 2 poles for my light. My lights, I would put up the big lights that I no longer have. I got different lights now. But man, it was a ton of fun. Would you ever play cash games tonight? No. I'm not. Haskins a better play than Dobbs? I believe so. I think Haskins, they're saying, is going to probably play the most tonight. Best Dallas quarterback. The best Dallas quarterback is Garrett Gilbert, but that's not what we're talking about tonight. Who's going to get the most opportunity? They're saying Ben DiNucci is going to play the most. He's taken the least snaps in camp. He's had the worst camp there. They know what they have in Cooper Rush because he's been on this roster. So it looks like Garrett Gilbert's going to play about 1.25 quarters. Ben DiNucci will probably play about 1.25 quarters to 2 quarters, and then Rush is barely going to play. Should I be using any optimizer rules like regular season, showdown, and preseason, stacking QB with wide receiver? No, you don't have to worry about that because stacking QB with wide receiver is not a good idea because the wide receiver might score a touchdown with a different quarterback on his team. Do not worry about correlation tonight. There's going to literally be 12 wide receivers playing for a team, 6 running backs, 3 quarterbacks. So don't worry about correlation. It's going to be completely random. They're not going to be featuring any type of decent correlation. So I would not be worrying about the correlation. How much 4th down conversion work do we see tonight? Points off the board. I think we see a lot of 4th downs. That's why I'm not playing any kickers. On Draftkings, you can only play 1 kicker tonight because the Dallas kicker is 1 injured and the other one not in the player pool. Over under 31 points scored. I personally don't have a bet on the over under. I have the Steelers at -1. If I had to choose a side on the over under points scored tonight, I would take the under. Feels good to have a live stream for NFL. So let's fucking go and smash the like button. If you're not already smashing the like button, what are you fucking doing here? Smash the like button. I see right now we got about 330 people up in here live. We got about 3,000 people watching the pre-recorded video earlier today. That's a pretty damn good turnout for the fucking Hall of Fame game. I can tell that the people, we get the people going, they're feeling good. So yeah, if you wanted to see any of the other props that I took McFarland under 4.2. I don't even know if he plays today. Kalen Ballage over 3.5. Or 3.4. Rico overs. Isaiah McCoy's overs. Jaquan Hardy's overs. I mean, these guys are only projected for like 3 fantasy points as pass-catching running backs. We take it. Jalen Samuels, I took the under 3. I don't feel as good about that after I saw the Anthony McFarland news. But it's a lot of the same players. Malik Turner's over receiving yards, 15.5 as a guy who go downfield a little bit. And James Washington, I got at 4.5 fantasy points, which if he plays the first half, he's going to easily double that number. So if that holds. So those are some of the props that I have right now. We can go back to some of the priorities if we will. Ballage or Dowdle? I'll lean Ballage, but I like both. Trey Edmonds, ? Prefer Kalen Ballage. You liked Rush yesterday. No more Rush. Ben DiNucci time. Yeah, the updated news that we got today was that it's going to be, it's not going to be a lot of Cooper Rush. They said that he's on the roster. They're expecting a lot more Ben DiNucci to see what they have in him because he right now is on the outside looking in for a roster spot. Oh my God, Sal is back talking football. It's like Christmas. Man, I did not sleep last night. I normally wake up at 5:30, sometimes 5 a.m. I woke up at like 4 today. I haven't been able to sleep good lately. I just bought a fan, like a box fan, to just get some sound in there. I just bought curtains that are coming this weekend to try and, there's like a big light from a restaurant down there that shines into our room. So we're trying to get the sleep in order. But that being said, I couldn't sleep because I was excited. Again, I don't care if you think I'm a degenerate. 3 likes, that's weak sauce. I think it's just not updated on your end. There's a little bit more. Any interest in James Washington? Yes. James Washington might play 1 series today, or he might play 5. There's some reporters in the Pittsburgh camp saying that they think James Washington will play the whole first half. Them saying that they think doesn't give me much confidence, right? Without any factual stuff from the coaching staff. They're saying they think based on what's happening in camp right now and what happened last year when James Washington played the whole fucking first halves and kept balling out in the preseason. So James Washington is a risk. He will probably pick up some ownership because he's a name and people just that don't even know the NFL will pick him because they know his name over fucking Isaiah McCoy, right? So James Washington is going to be one of the best plays tonight if he plays the first half. The big question is if. I like playing him. I like taking on that risk in fucking showdown slates. Why not? Any interest in James Washington? So there's your answer there. Your favorite Dallas wide receiver tonight. It's going to come down. It'll probably be Semi and Foco. Dallas wide receivers are not that appealing to me. Like Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown will get some run. And then they're really deep at wide receivers. Semi and Foco and Malik Turner right now are battling for a roster spot. But they have some other bodies there as well. Dallas has some other wide receiver bodies. Like Cyrus Mitchell is a very deep sleeper. He got hurt, so I don't know how much he's going to play in camp. Like I think not even a week ago, like 3 or 4 days ago. But he is a big jump ball receiver. He's got some fucking hands on him too. Watching his college tape. But he obviously hasn't played in a little while. Undrafted 2021, but COVID last year kind of struck him down. Can you play Hardy and Dwaddle in the same lineup? I think you can. You definitely can. Where do you find the energy? World record fast speed talker. So I've been trying not to talk fast, if you notice in the fantasy videos, when I'm doing the pre-recorded stuff. But when I'm answering people's questions, I'm an Italian. I'm an Italian from New York. I get the energy from my parents. Brooklyn. What was the McFarland news? He got hurt in camp on 8/3. They think it might be a lower body injury. There's been no update since then. He might be playing tonight, but he got hurt 2 days ago in camp. So I don't know how much they're really going to push him. Second-year player that they invested draft capital into last year. So that would just have to be something that you monitor on your Indeed end. But yeah, that was the news on Mr. Anthony McFarland. There's a couple people on Twitter discussing that. It does not seem like Mason Rudolph is going to play either all that much. He's going to play. He's going to start, but not that much. Who's the best Steeler wide receiver to take? It's probably between James Washington, Isaiah McCoy, and Anthony Johnson. James Washington, if you think he plays the whole first half, go for it. There's some risk there, but he's the best talent on the field if so. And then Isaiah McCoy and Anthony Johnson are battling for a roster spot. Anthony Johnson, a bigger-bodied receiver. Isaiah McCoy, a little bit smaller. They're both pretty slow. They both don't get much separation. Anthony Johnson will have upside in the red zone. Isaiah McCoy can kind of get some underneath stuff and pick up some receptions for PPR. Sal, Simi or any Dallas QB? I'll take Simi over Ben DiNucci. Ben DiNucci is like really only the Dallas QB that I'm interested in today. Garrett Gilbert might play a quarter and a half, which could be interesting. You doubling up on defense? I'm playing like 75 lineups tonight, so some of them I'm definitely doubling up on defense. I think doubling up on defense is a smart move. I'm sold. Washington captain. There you go. Love the shirt. Hit us with the hang loose. How you doing, boss man? Hello? Who's best core Cowboys wide receivers? It depends who plays. Cedric Wilson and Noah Brown will get some run. It'll probably be Semi and Foco with 5th round pick, but they're so deep. Cyrus Mitchell, we were just talking about some other guys. They're really deep at wide receivers today, which is why I like targeting their running backs more so in the wide receivers on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Will big name stars play at all? Some, but not most. Like Najee Harris will play 1 or 2 drives. I don't think Zeke will play. We'll see. The wide receivers for Pittsburgh, there's been no update, but if they play, it'll probably be 1 series. So big name stars are not going to play enough to actually mean anything. Even if Deontay Johnson catches a 7-yard touchdown and has 7 fantasy points, there's a really good chance he's not in the winning lineup because there's going to be a lot of other guys who score fantasy points. Haskins or DiNucci? I'll take Haskins by far. Fellas. McFarland is active or at least on the field. Yeah, I saw the news that he's active or on the field. I don't know. If we're going to try and find an edge in a showdown slate, the fact that we know about a McFarland injury that was suffered in camp 2 days ago, a lower body injury, and not a lot of people do, I'll take my chances. Either way, I like Ballage. Even if McFarland was healthy, I like Ballage more. He'll be the last guy in to play probably most of the second half. The Steelers are not deep at running back. Like Trey Edmonds, and they already kind of know what they have in him. And also Trey Edmonds plays like fucking special teams and defense sometimes for them. And then, or at least he did last year in like 2 plays. And then also, Jalen Samuels, they just got to cut the guy. He's not a running back. He's a tight end, and they don't need a pass-catching tight end / running back hybrid when you now have Anthony McFarland on your team, Kalen Ballage on your roster, and Najee Harris. Dallas more focused on their scrimmage with the Rams in 2 days, probably. Kalen Ballage or Foco in the utility. I'll take Kalen Ballage there. Double quarterback for SuperDraft. I'm not really too high on the quarterbacks. I mean, Dwayne Haskins and DiNucci would be the guys. I'd rather just go to more wide receivers and running backs. Ray McLeod III. I have no interest in Ray McLeod today. Simi or McCoy. I'll take McCoy. Ballage or Steelers defense for captain. I'll take Steelers defense. The best captains are the defenses, wide receivers. Well, the best captains are wide receivers, defenses, and running backs in terms of how often they actually hit for preseason showdown and just showdown in general. Defenses are more so because they play the whole series compared to regular season. They play the whole game. But something that I would keep in mind is that not a lot of people are going to own defenses as high of a clip. With people like myself covering a little bit more and whoever else covers the preseason, I don't know who else does. I'm sure that they should be aware that defenses hit a lot because they play the whole fucking game. It's pretty obvious. They're the only roster spot that will play all 4 quarters tonight. Who's the QB you're getting the most exposure to? Dwayne Haskins. Do you like James Washington? I do. The reports on James Washington are that he's either going to play a quarter or 2 quarters. So that's a big gap. It's either 2 drives or 3 to 4. That's a big difference, especially for a guy who probably picks up ownership. So I like James Washington. I don't like him as much as Isaiah McCoy or Anthony Johnson, who are actually going to battle for a roster spot and probably play close to 2 quarters tonight. Thoughts on Brendan Knox, Cowboys running back? Yeah, Brendan Knox, I prefer both of the other Cowboys running backs. I prefer Dottle tonight, and I prefer Jaquan Hardy pretty significantly. Dottle is in a higher tier. Right now, Brendan Knox is in my tier 4. I think he's ranked, let's see real quickly. Brendan Knox is like my 12th, 13th ranked player tonight. So he's definitely in play. Definitely in play. McCoy or Dottle last spot. That's basically a toss-up. They're in the same tier for me. I would say that's McCoy. We'll take McCoy. Dang, I took Cooper Rush and Prize Picks after your earlier video. Yeah, that's still fine. Hopefully you took the under. With the new NFL schedule, what week do we see a full half out of the starters in preseason? Most teams, I don't think you're going to see a full half out of the starters in any game. Most teams are smart and realize that they don't need to put that risk out there. Teams that actually want to have quarterback battles as early as this week, like Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock, they're saying that those guys might play 2 quarters each and be the only 2 guys to step on the field in the preseason. So that might actually happen. So it's very team dependent. I would say most teams that don't have a quarterback battle, which is every team besides the Saints right now and the Saints and the Broncos, if I'm correct on that, I believe I am. People could say that there's a quarterback battle with Sam Fran and Trey Lance, but they've been pretty adamant that Jimmy G and Andy Dalton and Cam Newton are going to start. We'll see. But most teams don't have a quarterback battle, and then most of the starters aren't going to play. Maybe in week 2, you see, because they're going to take a week off, right? And then they get that extra week off before the season. So week 2 of the preseason, maybe. So not next week, the week after. Maybe you start to see some starters playing 3 drives, middle of the second quarter. But I think most teams are pretty adamant, especially with the extra game this year, especially with all the COVID shit going on. I don't think they're going to do that. What about the kickers? Only one team you could play kickers tonight on Draftkings. The other guys are not healthy or not on the player pool, so I have no interest in the kickers, though. Ballage or Hardy at the captain spot? I'll take Ballage. Dottle or Anthony Johnson? It's a fucking toss-up. Those guys are basically evens to me tonight. I'll take Dottle over Anthony Johnson. Jameis almost got taken out by a practice dummy. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. Not much to it. Mitchell or Washington on FanDuel? Which Washington? James Washington, I assume, is the only Washington. So I'll take James Washington. Pitts tight ends, we can do process of elimination. No, Ebron Frymuth banged up. Ball just signed this week. Leaves Gentry's actually banged up. Gentry's not playing. So don't play Gentry because last I saw he is not expected to even be with the team right now in terms of traveling. So Ball's like the only tight end that they have. So if you really want to go there, I'm not too interested. But I would not play Zach Gentry. He's been banged up the last 2 days not practicing. What do you think about Simeon Foco? I think he's battling for a roster spot and should see a good amount of time. He'll probably play around 2 quarters, which is good to see. Dottle or Foco? Dottle. Sal, what QBs do you like? Haskins, and that's about it. After that, Ben DiNucci should see the most run. Ben DiNucci. Benjamin DiNucci. After that, Mr. Benjamin DiNucci. Dobbs or Ballage last spot? Ballage, it's not even close. Ballage or Anthony Johnson? Ballage. What do you think about Vocal? We answered that. Rico Bussy is in play for me. Yes, he's not a priority, but he's in play. Haskins over 6.2 prize picks. I did not take any Dwayne Haskins props. I don't like the numbers. McLeod or Foku? Foku. Fando's Cowboys kicker. Would it be dumb to put him in the MVP spot since he's only a kicker? Yeah, I don't want that. I would not want that for you. I would not want that for your children. I would not want that for your wife or your kids or your sister or your aunt or your uncle. Would you consider Eagles or Simmons? Simmons if I had to pick one of the two. Appreciate this stream. You're great. Berto, no, you're great. Is this your first time finding me? If this is your first time finding me, well, here all NFL season. Be sure to tune in for more motherfucking streams. Bro, I just jumped on and saw your shirt. Man, no homo, but what a fucking sexy ass shirt. Thank you. Hey, Grizzly, somebody earlier in the fucking stream said that this shirt, he likes me, but not the shirt. The guy had no style. The guy was wearing fucking grays and blacks and neutral colors his whole life. People saw him in the streets and said, look at that dull piece of shit. That's what they said. And I said, come on, don't be that mean to the guy. All he said was he didn't like my colorful flowered shirt. Come on. Don't be that mean. He's wearing fucking gray again, but come on. He's got gray pants. I mean, come on. Thank you. What's a good captain with low value? You, my man. Low value or like low ownership? Probably the defenses. Or low ownership, I would expect the defenses. Other than that, any depth wide receiver. So go there. My first time, man. Hey, if it's your first time, get up in here. Round of applause to you. Hey, get in the fucking club and start dancing. Tomorrow's Friday. It's an early fucking birthday. I'm going to get some gelato after this. I know. It's stereotypical. I'm going to get fucking gelato as an Italian. Whatever. Get off my back. I got fucking lasagna out to eat last night. Whatever. Get off my back. It's true. What are you going to do? I'm going to get the fucking Lotus cookie gelato because I've been looking at it every time and I'm like, you know what? I want the peanut butter one. It's a lot better. Give me the peanut butter or the coffee one. Those are just good gelato flavors. But every time the Lotus fucking cookie's in there, right? The biscotti type of cookie shit. And I'm like, damn, that's probably good. So you know what? Tonight, since I fucking ran 9 miles today, I'm going to go and get a big old fucking Lotus cookie gelato. The fucking football game's going to come on. I'm going to sit there with 15 player props like a degenerate, betting the -1 on a Hall of Fame game for the Steelers, 75 DraftKings lineup, and I'm going to fill my fucking mouth with gelato. Get over it. Going to be in Austin turning up this weekend, Sal. Hey, you going to be in Austin? I live in fucking Austin. Yeah. The Domain, North Side. Noah Brown captain. Yeah, go for it. I'm not there in the Noah Brown captain personally, but go for it. Cedric Wilson thoughts? I think he does not play that much. I think he plays. I think he probably plays 1 to 2 drives, which means he could have 2 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. But opportunity-wise, he will play much less than guys like Simeon Foku, Blake Turner, and some of the depth pieces. I just hit the follow on Sal on TikTok. If you're not following Sal Vetri on TikTok, thank you, by the way. Get up in there. We've been releasing TikToks the last 2 weeks. I finally realized that you can put 3-minute videos up. We put one up today, and oh yeah, it's got 18,000 motherfucking views. We blew up a little bit. Follow me on TikTok. We're releasing videos 1 to 2 times a day. We're trying to, reach a different fan base. The 15-year-olds, so that when they're 21 years old and they can legally bet, or 18, whatever the fuck it is, I don't know, they come to your boy more often. Tell them about that Vinny life. The Guinea life you met? Yeah. Steelers wide receivers, ? Steelers wide receivers, Isaiah McCoy and Anthony Johnson are my priorities. James Washington after that. Do you like Clyde Edwards-Helaire for season long? He's my running back 13. I think he's fine. I don't find myself getting him as much. I usually take Najee Harris, Antonio Gibson before him. McCoy or Hardy already have Dwaddle. I'll take McCoy slightly. Any way to fit 3 tight ends in the lineup? I don't want a single tight end. So you don't like Gilbert? I think Gilbert's in play. He's in my tiers. He's not a priority, but he's in play. He's not one of my top 10 favorite plays, but he's right around that 12 to 15 range. What's up, Sal? Where's the real star of the show at? Love you, kiddo. The real star of the show? You mean me? What you talking about? Who's the real star of the show? Sal, too funny. Sal, do you like... you're too funny. Thank you. No one noticed him in the streets. He blended in. Hey, mate, best wide receiver for each team? Yeah, there's not one. There's not going to be one best wide receiver because a couple guys are going to see run. Isaiah McCoy and Anthony Johnson for the Steelers. James Washington as well. Cowboys are going to run a lot of wide receivers. They're so fucking deep at wide receiver, the Cowboys. I like Simeon Foku, a draft pick this year. The only guy with draft capital on that team that's on the roster bubble. And Malik Turner. Sucks buns, but he's having a good camp, and he's probably battling for that roster spot. Appreciate the stream. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, if it's your first time here, get up in here. Get up in here more often. We're going to be doing videos for every single preseason slate. I think there's like 12 more preseason slates. Every single one we got videos for you beautiful people out there. And we'll have live streams on most of the days when I'm available. There might be like one, basically we'll have like live streams like every Sunday slate, Thursday, probably Friday. Like The Saturday slates, we might not. If like I'm out chilling out, relaxing, maxing all cool on Lake Travis, or I'm out chilling out, relaxing, maxing all cool at like a music festival. I don't know. It's the fucking summer. I'm in Texas. We're having a good time. We're wearing cool shirts. We're drinking brewskis. We're having a good motherfucking time. What's up with Cooper Rush? They're expecting him not to play as much. They think Gilbert and DiNucci are going to play more than him, which is obviously a concern. Stuff your face, Sal. You earned it, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to stuff the shit out of it. Sal, you on SuperDraft for the showdown? I have nothing on SuperDraft tonight. I have Prize Picks. I have the betting lines. I have Draftkings. I have other props in via like BetMGM and stuff. Hard to dial in tonight. Play the defenses at captain and enjoy football being back. Enjoy giving our money to DK. Yeah, defenses at captain is a good idea. Those wide receivers. Blake Jarwin, I don't expect Blake Jarwin to play at all this preseason. He's still rehabbing his ACL. He's not even taking full practice in camps. My man, Robert G. Robert G, if you don't already have the tiers tonight, make sure to get them. They're on Patreon down below because Blake Jarwin should not even be a thought tonight. If Blake Jarwin is a thought for you, the tiers and the notes in there will update you on everybody who's actually going to take snaps tonight, how many snaps, and who to like the most. Hey, bro, I'm over in Round Rock. What up? What's up, boss man? I need some friends. If you're going to murk me, stay the fuck away. If you're my age and cool and not a fucking creep, catch a beer sometime, watch a football game. Probably not, though. Why is Kalen Ballage a good play? Because Najee Harris isn't going to play much. Benny Snell is banged up. Anthony McFarland is banged up. I don't even think Benny Snell plays. Kalen Ballage is on a roster bubble spot, which is good. And he's actually a good fucking player. You saw that last year when he was with the Chargers. Finished top 15 in fantasy 3 times. Top number 4 overall week 9 against Vegas last year, if you recall that game. So he's a pass-catching running back, so there's versatility. I think he's a great play. I think he plays a lot of the second half, Kalen Ballage. Sending all the love, Sal. This will be my 3rd football season with you. Keep it moving to get to 50K this year. Yeah, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. 3rd football season. Yeah, August is a big month, right? August for fantasy football season long, a lot of viewership comes in. So if you're new to this channel because of the DFS, but you also play season long, I assume you do, check out some of the season long videos. We're dropping one every single day. We have a live stream tomorrow, even videos going out on the weekend. TikTok's going out. We're really trying to do as much as we possibly can to promote the brand. What's a good prop bet? I got a lot of good prop bets. I recommend that you take the player props over on Prize Picks tonight. If you use the code SAL, listen up, y'all, because this is it. This beat right here is ridiculous. Fergalicious. All right, spare you the rest. Unfortunately for you. But right now, down below, you will find Prize Picks. You can use the code SAL, and you'll get a free bet up to $100. So, encourage you to use that. It's a limited time offer. These are the props I have. Jaquan Hardy over 3.7 fantasy points. Isaiah McCoy over 3.2 fantasy points. I love Rico Dowdles over 4.4 and Kalen Ballage over 3.4. They're guys who can catch passes, and we'll probably see 2 to 3 drives. So those are some that I like a lot. McFarland under 4.2. He's banged up, but that can come back to bite me in the booty. Anthony Johnson over 3.5. So those are some of the props I have. I also have, if you're looking not for fantasy props, like yardage props, I have Isaiah McCoy over 17.5 receiving yards, and I have Malik Turner over 15.5 yards. The game starts in about 15 minutes. I'm going to end this stream in a couple minutes. Get your final questions in. Any other further questions you could ask me in the Discord if you are a Patreon member. You could reference the tiers as well. And then, yeah, we'll be back for next week's NFL content. But I'm going to take the final 10 minutes before lock to go get myself some fucking gelato and make sure all my lineups are good. Blake Jarwin didn't even board the plane. Yeah, he didn't even travel with the team. Is PrizePicks sponsoring your NFL season? They sponsor when I want them to sponsor. They're an affiliate. So if I want them to sponsor every video, if it makes sense naturally and fits into the videos like it does, and I use PrizePicks, well then yeah, we're going to do it. Like I use PrizePicks tonight before I even fucking put it onto a video, right? So yeah, PrizePicks will be involved this NFL season for sure. The amount is kind of up to if any other sponsors look appealing. But right now we have a very good relationship with them. PrizePicks actually this weekend is doing a partners thing that I was invited to, but I'm going to be spending the time with my girlfriend and people around here since I've been traveling so much the last couple of months. Busy season coming up for football. Figured that it was a good time to not go to Atlanta for that. Anthony McFarland playing. They say that he's on the field. Yeah, so Anthony McFarland should be playing. The questions on how much is a concern, I would say. Sal really does know his stuff. What is the best running back play? Kalen Ballage and so Rico Dowdle and Jaquan Hardy for Dallas both look really good. Brendan Knox is an interesting guy, but those two other guys first. Better players, bigger speed, probably see more work, more on the roster bubble. But Kalen Ballage for the Steelers I like. Probably more because McFarland's injury scares me a little. Uncle Rico! Sal, what's your strategy for position? Do you load up more running backs or QBs? I play both the quarterbacks as much as I can, and I play a lot of wide receivers, pass-catching running backs. QBs I'm not too interested in. Dwayne Haskins would be the best one. What are we doing right here? We're fucking kind of fist-pumping. We're kind of bench press in the air. I'm fucking hot. Sal, from Impractical Jokers, I didn't even know you stopped filming the show. Sal from Impractical Jokers. I got to be 10 times more attractive than Sal from fucking Impractical Jokers. People are revving their engines out there down there. I mean, that's how people get off these days. They just rev their engines. They say, I'm going to buy this muscle car, and I'm just going to rev it in popular parts of the city, and that's going to get me off. You know what I'm going to do on my two-turn Thursday, my Thursday? I'm going to rev my engine real loud. You love to see it. You love to see it. Balaja captain? Yeah, why not? John 3:16. I don't know her. We getting those celebrity guest picks this year? Need the no-name tight ends? Yes, my cousin is going to be here the night of the first day of the season when we're going to have an NFL kick off the season showdown stream. My cousin is showing up that fucking morning. So if you think that John Vetri is getting on this channel to give you the pick of the night, the one that nobody sees coming, the Nick Boyle that's going to catch a touchdown, the backup tight ends that are going to go for like 35 yards when nobody else is playing them on 3 catches, yeah. Cameron Brates, yeah. Yeah, you better be ready because you're fucking right. John Vetri is going to be doing that. Hype that guy up. My dad is on the way to the hospital. Thanks for helping me get through this. Your dad, oh man, please keep it in your prayers, guys. Hey, Joel. Prayers to Joel, everybody. Prayers to Joel and your dad. Hopefully he's okay, my man. Foco or Dottle? I'll take Dottle. Alrighty, gang. Final questions in. I'm bouncing. I need some gelato. I'm hot as fuck. Thanks for the free stream. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, look, if you're paying content for a fucking stream on the Hall of Fame game, it's free right here. Why are you paying for it? Now, if there's a lineup optimizer, actual tools, people spending time to create tiers, that makes sense. But to pay for somebody to talk on a stream about these players is ridiculous. This is the world of free content, and it's right here for you. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy free content. If you want tools and analysis and future things that actually cost money and take time to make and create, well then yes, go ahead and you can get those. That's why I promote my Patreon. But to actually just talk on a video or to make a podcast and put that behind a paywall, there is a certain time and a certain place for those things if it's bonus content. But as the sole piece of content, it is ridiculous. I mean, personally, it's all about your business plan. But for somebody who would like to grow my brand and continue to do this for the next however many years that I want to do this, it's pretty viable to have your shit in front of the paywall, right? So if you guys want to get the tools, join the Discord, right? Then you can go over to Patreon. If you don't, well, we'll keep chilling out, relaxing, maxing, all cool here. It's fine. We should watch a game together, somebody said. I'm coming to Austin next. Yeah, next month, like to move forever. Yeah, I mean, I live in a really bumping area, I would call it. So for sure. We back. Oh, yeah, we back. Fucking we back. So I've missed you, man. I've missed you too, Mike. I moved out of North Carolina where you're at, my man, if you're still there. But yeah, Sal, I can't get in my Patreon, says Ike. Ike, shoot me a message. I'm not sure why. It might just be a password thing on your end, but make sure that you are not in an NBA package. Make sure you are in an NFL package. But yeah, you should be all good. If not, you can shoot me a note. Washington too risky at captain? I don't think so. Look forward to the rest of the season, bro. Good luck. Good luck to you as well. Thanks for the free stream. No problem. Peace out, gang. Peace out. Let's have a good season. Patreon's going to get out of there. Going to get out there. Oh, Parsons going to get out there. I don't know what you're talking about with Parsons going to get out there. All right. Peace out, gang. See you in the next one. Like Micah Parsons, he's on Dallas. I don't know if he plays that much. I doubt it. Shout out Penn State. See you in the next one, gang. Woof. We back. And we better than ever. See ya.